Hello, welcome back. It's good to see you. It's been a while. I am honoured to be here. The honour is all mine. Actually, no, it really is. It's all mine. This is my honour. And as you can see, I fooked it. I've really quite badly damaged that. Now, if I turn it on, it registers a constant button press right here where this crack meets this crack. And that's annoying because it keeps posting things to my timeline without permission. And that drives me crazy. So I, today, for the second time in less than a fortnight, I'm changing a screen on one of these phones. These, by the way, are the Honor 10 Lite. Fabulous little phone. Really, really nice phone. It comes highly recommended. But look after it. Put it in a case. This was in a case, by the way. I did something really stupid. I decided that I needed to light my way with the camera, the torch thing, that, and I needed both my hands free, so I stuck it in my mouth, and this was my my left canine. What did that? It went crunch, and that was through a case which was hardened. So yeah. I've been in this before, as you can see. That's where a Larry screw got lost, and I put it back in. I don't know how well I glued this. I don't know if I used proper glue. I can't remember. It's been a while. This is the second screen that's about to go in this phone. They are really good phones, but they're a bit flimsy. It does have a metal bezel. I think it's magnesium, but it's 99% of the structural strength of this entire phone comes from the screen, and if it's properly glued in, then it works really quite well. I just need to shift over here for a second because I need to get my kit, which is for taking phones apart. So anyway, this is the phone. The phone is fooked. It's broken, deceased, no longer among us. It is an X phone. Actually, it's not. If it was an X phone, it'd be much easier, but it's not. It's a partially functioning phone with the most annoying fault in the entire world, which is frustrating. I do believe I've just got my address out for the whole world, but well. It's not my home address, it's the business address, so who cares? This is where I get my spare parts from. This will be the 5th or the 6th phone screen I've got from these guys. And all of them have worked just fine. I've never had a problem with them. I'm going to eat my words now in the middle of a video. I've just thrown that away, and that was stupid because that's where the new old screen will be going. This is how it comes. Bubble wrap, fan-dabby-dozy, and then in this neat little box. I really could have showed you this little box anytime because I've got lots of them lying around. But hey, there we go. This one, I used my last one on Christmas Eve, so I didn't have any spares. There we are. This is vitally important. Well, we'll go through that when I actually take the phone apart. Just ascertain that it is the correct one. It is indeed. It doesn't have any scratches, breaks or tears or anything in it. No, that looks fan-dabby-dozy. No, that's a mark on the foil. Right, okay, so we'll put that aside because I'm going to be putting the old glass in this one. I'll put that there, where you can gaze upon its loveliness. And we'll get to tearing this apart. Now, I don't have a hot table. Now, you're supposed to use a hot table to clean these. Oh, this is a mess. Yeah, I'm supposed to have like a hot plate. Well, I do have a hot plate, but it's a single ring, and I use that for melting, reflowing solder jobs and things I don't love anymore. But we have an alternative. I need a supply of hot air. Now, I could use my soldering my solder reflow station, but I think that might be a bit too much. So instead, I'm going to bring in the most important tool. It's been dropped a few times, can you tell? Alright, we have to start. It really doesn't matter. Ideally, you go in from the back. But it's a pain in the ass. I don't know, what will we do? Well, we're going from the back, to hell with it. Yep. Ideally you want to get it to the point where it's just hot enough for you to be able to touch it without going, oh damn, that's too hot. I'm just going to go in exactly the same spot I went in last time because I can. Probably using the same tool I used last time. I'm going to be very happy to note that the glue I used was rubbish. Whee! This is going to be easy peasy then. Fab. This means I didn't use the shiny, wonderful, fandabulous glue that I'm about to use on it the second time. I obviously got stuck at that point. Okay, sorry, I'll try to do this so that you can see. So the glue is nice and soft. It doesn't really take a lot. Like I said, get it to the point where you're starting to go, is that too hot? And usually a little bit beyond, is that too hot? And you'll be fine. And we're just working our way around the edge here. It started to cool, but I'm impatient, so I'm just going to go for it. Right, don't just rip the back off of this because there's a key. There is a fingerprint scanner on here. And you don't want to break that because, well, that's a really good way of getting into your phone, to be honest, and it's not something you would want to bust. It is a flagship feature, and I'm going to have to put some more heat on that. That ought to do it. Yeah, let's see. Makes all the difference. A bit of the old sloppy dabby dooby da. Probably could have done with a bit more, but to hell with it. I am not a professional phone fixer person. Just in case. So if you're going to comment with, that's not right, I don't care. I'm doing this because I can. And I like to tinker with stuff. I like to know how things work. And occasionally, just occasionally, knowing how things work and being able to prepare them align beautifully. Alright, so here's what we've got. This is the original smudge glue that was already on it. I've not changed that, which I'm very happy about. It looks like the last time I was in here, I crossed the antenna line, which is just here. So obviously did a good job of that. Let's tuck that back in there again so that you can't see it. There you go. You saw nothing. Nothing at all. Right, you need to be able to undo this one, and there's a battery lead, a battery one under here, which means you've got to take a whole bunch of gummins out. So what I'll do is, I don't have to take all of it out, but I will in this case, just so y'all can see how this is done. I did do a video actually of one of these, which I did in a massive hurry last week, or a couple of weeks ago. Christmas Eve. It's now January the 6th, so yeah, a couple of weeks ago. And I didn't care about that one. I was just rushing to get it done because I had bought my wife a Fitbit for Christmas, and it's pretty hard to program and to set up a Fitbit if you ain't got a phone to do it on, and she had royally pummeled her screen, so yeah, that was a quick fix. Took all the paint off the back of the phone, which was quite funny actually. She doesn't care, but she's got a working phone again for the time being. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of screws. All of these screws have to come out. There's a couple to watch. There's this one here, which is a pain. Let me just zoom in a little bit because you really can't see anymore. There you go. Probably could have done with zooming out a little tiny bit more, just so. There you go. That's the technical sound effect for zooming in and out. Focus. Come on, you can do it. Am I going to have to adjust that? Boink. There we go. Focus adjust. Fan-dabby-doozy. That's going to follow that now. That's probably not the best thing to do. Sod it. It'll work it out itself. So anyway, this is, so we've got a whole bunch of stuff to take out. Let me just use my plastic pointer. So all of these screws here have to come out. These are all large bore ones. Now, bear in mind, this is something to keep in mind here. I don't know how well you can see this. It doesn't seem to want to focus all that well. Why don't you love me? Why don't you love me? Okay, that seems to be a bit better. Alright, so this one, 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 and this one are all larger than this one and this one. So, and this one here. These are all small. So that's something to keep in mind if you are taking one of these things apart. I don't like that. It's not focusing all that well, but it might just be my screen. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Let's make it work. You know what? It could just be the light on those screws. It must just be. It just doesn't like me very much. Anyway, enough of that. I'm divulging and I'm going off in tangents. Let's just take these screws out. Now, if you have one of these boards here, all the better, because it means that you can put all the screws you need to in the right sort of orientation and you'll be happy. So let's just start taking all of these screws out. So that one at the top left. And that one. Come along a little bit. Everything's up high on a shelf, in case you wonder why I make old man noises whenever I pick something up. That one there. That one there. Sometimes you just have to turn the thing upside down. Alright. That one. That one. And that one. That one's very attached. Oh, that's because that one's got glue around it. Stick it in here. Give it a swip. Bloody thing. That came from up there. Is that one of the larger ones? Oh, I can't tell. Oh, I can't tell. Yeah, it's the same size as that one. Alright, okay. And then this little one, which is a completely different size for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I just dropped it on the floor. Emergency over. I recovered it. That was a stroke of luck. It went between. Yeah. You see, there's a border around this mat that's supposed to stop that, but there isn't one. Well, there is a little one at the bottom, but I obviously managed to jump it. Alright, this one here is another small one. No, that doesn't want to come out. That one, if I remember right, never wants to come out, so that's no biggie. There we go. And then that's from the center. There. Okay, cool. Alright. Now we can pop this up now. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. I have to take that middle one out, otherwise I'll lose it. Come on. This screw does not like me. Well, if it doesn't come out there, it's not going to fall out now. So this has got two clips there and there. And you get your lever tool, you pop it in, and you'll hear a little pop. Well, you should hear a little pop. And then it comes out like that, and then you just pull it away. And while you're at it, you knock that bloody screw out. Oh, it's not going to want to come out, so I'm just going to leave that in. Can't lose it then, can I? Okay, we are left with three connections here. We've got this one here, which runs down to there. That is the main sound and so on, audio stuff, gubbins, as well as touch buttons and LEDs and whatnot. And then we've got this one here. This is our battery connector, that one. I'm going to switch over to the flat top. So what we do, incidentally, processor and everything is under here. That's your camera, various other bits and bobs. Keep in mind that there is a little earth pin connection there which needs to be sorted out, and don't take off the antenna lead there. Very gently pop that up. It will make a nice positive pop sound, and then very gently pop up the battery. Alright. Fold that away nice and gently. And then this is the battery. Now the battery, this is without a doubt the most terrifying part of this, because I know that this is fully charged and I have to, I've got to whip out a battery that's stuck fast to the case. Oh, yay! I did a half-assed job of taking it out last time. Excellent! Now that we're under there, this here is the ribbon cable for the touch, well, for the display and the digitizer. So we'll just very gently come on, there we go. Very, very gently lever that off. Okay, now I have to take this battery this way. This is an interesting design. They've got a layer, so it gives a layer, and then it folds back on itself, and then the battery's on top, and it sticks down. So you end up having to do this odd back and forth. I wonder if I can get away with just... No, I'm going to have to do it this way. Whatever works. Whatever works. I might just leave that loose, to be honest with you. I've got a funny feeling I'm going to end up backing this phone at some point. Yeah, I'll put some other tape on that. I'll just have this off. To heck with it. Okay, so I'll just unstick that. By the way, this is now undone. There we are. That is our screen fully detached from the phone. Now, we have to go the other way. And we've got to heat this up now. Mind your earlobes. Ouch! Perfect. Now, there are lots of different ways to do this, but I've discovered that the easiest, simplest, and much more destructive way of doing it is just to get one of these in here. You don't care about this ribbon cable anymore because this thing's toast. And just give it a quick wedge. There we go. Just give it a shove. This is a bust screen anyway, so we don't care. And look at that. Look at that. It just wants to come apart. Isn't that marvellous? There we are. It isn't being all that kind to me today. Right, I need to get a spudger in under here. That's it, underneath the metal plate. Give it a wedge. Take that out of there. And then hopefully, if all goes well, there we are. Carefully. He says carefully. I'm not doing anything carefully. That had me going for a second. I thought I was stuck, but it's not. It's supposed to be there. Okay. Is that supposed to be there? What's supposed to be there? That is supposed to be covered in Captain tape. Okay. For why that's there, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It shouldn't mess with the screen too much. I've obviously used the worst glue in the world to put this together. Anyway, so that's our old screen, and as you can see, it's pretty damaged. These are actually quite interesting. This separated in a way which was really quite cool, and that you got to see all the different layers. So let's delve in. Let's have a little look and see how this all functions, because it's surprising just how many different separate layers there are in one of these. And we might as well just segue off and see what's occurring. So I'll just get, there we go. Cool. Cool. Very, very cool. That's our liquid crystal layer there. I don't know if I can go further than that. Can I? I better hope this other screen works now, because this one's never going back together again. Okay, so now, you see that mirror texture there? It's almost a perfect mirror. Hang on, let's see if I can get you. Hello, there you are. Shall I get me? Hi. Oh, now, handsome devil. Anyway, this is your LCD display. This is the actual liquid crystal LED part of it. And then you've got this interesting material here. This is it's a textured surface. Now, it basically works like it's microscopic dimples, billions and billions of them. And if you've ever seen when you shine a light into a piece of perspex that's been etched and the parts that are dimpled light up, well, that's exactly how this works. Essentially, these parts here all light up, and it gives a diffusion which is entirely 100% uniform. It's incredibly, incredibly precise. Here, then, we have a Fresnel lens, which is in very, very thin shape. The purpose of this, if I can make it work, is to bend the light and make it perfectly straight no matter where it comes from. So if light comes in from this angle, it will, I think I'll stagger, hold it like that. If light comes in at this angle, it will bend it so that it's straight. If it comes in at this angle, it will bend it so that it's straight. And this is where you get your viewing angle from. The more precise and well engineered this lens is, the better the viewing angle you get on your phone. And it's really, see how it changes shape when I do that? I'm going to bring it up close to the camera. This is probably one of the most interesting things about Fresnel lenses. They produce a focus point which is infinite, so it's like looking at the sun. No matter how close or far away you get. Actually, do you know what? I can demonstrate this. Let's go on a tangent. To hell with it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. This is a big flashy lens. Now, if I do that, you can see that particular square very well. And if I do that, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's magnified, and then it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. This is because of the focal length changes, and as the focal length changes, the magnification changes. Now, Fresnel lenses are very special because the focal length remains constant no matter how far away it is. So if you look at that there, you can see. I'm going to bring these two images together. You can see that it's roughly the same size. And as I bring the lens up closer and closer to the camera, you see how it doesn't change at all? It remains constantly the same size. And that's because of the way it reflects the light. No matter where you look at it from, it will always be the same size, and no matter where the focal length is, so no matter how far you are from it or how close you are to it, the image will remain always the same size, even though it is a lens technically. So a fascinating piece of technology. It's obviously mirrored on that side. But yeah, that's a Fresnel lens, and you know it's a Fresnel lens because it has that particular characteristic. Alright, okay, and then we've got, so then the second to last layer is, it's another diffusion sheet, which I've just stuck to the screen. There it is. This one is not so thick. It's slightly more transparent than the other one. And this is an initial diffusion sheet, which illuminates this side. It shines through the lens, hits this other diffusion sheet, and then forms a uniform light on the other side. And this here is your light guide. It is microscopic, but it is a hollow metal tin, essentially, with a shiny surface, which is actually, again, that's an engineered surface. That's a layer in itself. Will it come off of there? No, okay. So yeah, that's a metallic, that's a polished metallic. Look at that. Look at that. It's very interesting. In itself, that's diffused as well. And down here, because you only need a small amount, right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are your LEDs, and this is how LED displays work. They're edge lights, and they basically just shine that way. And then all the material in here, the light refracting around inside this tin, which works as a light guide, evens all out, and you get a perfect image on something that's 4 millimeters thick. So there's what, 5, 6 layers. There's 2 different layers, and just inside the LCD, maybe even 3. So 6 different layers of material, all wrapped up in something that's 4 millimeters, 3.5 millimeters. We really do live in the future. So anyway, let's crack on with this thing, because I've got to put this one back together again. Please test before installing. This is important, and you should do this, because if not, you'll be very angry if you put this together and it doesn't work. So let us do that. I'm going to stuff that lead into there. Generally line it up-ish. And there we go. That's sort of, we're not going to go nuts here. We're just going to sort of make a general quick assemblish. Assemblish, that's a new word, I like it. It's not quite a full assembly. It's an assemblish. Come here, you. Get out of the way. Alright, and then we're going to stick that one down there. Carefully. Oh my god. Now these are self-aligned, so I'm just going to be gentle with it. There we go. Makes a nice satisfying click noise. I'm gently going to press down on that. There's no sticky here, so we can get away with just a little bit. Ooh-ah, just a little bit. Ooh-ah, a little bit more. I do unfortunately have to stick the battery back on again on a temporary basis. I will take the fingerprint scanner lead off of there. unstick it. This fingerprint scanner lead is actually relatively bomb-proof, to be honest with you. I abuse these tremendously. And so far, so good. Don't forget to plug the battery back in again. That's kind of important. If you don't do that, it won't work. And then you'll cry and you'll think it's broken, and it isn't. Okay, rough assembly. Everything's kind of put back together again, sort of ish. It should be enough to power it on. We turn it on. And nothing happens. Why not? Are you dead? Do you not care? Do you not love me? What's the deal? That's on. That's on. Have we killed this main cable? Let's unplug the battery and then plug the battery back in again. Battery out. Battery in. Alright. That's in, that's in, that's in. Yeah. This should power up. That's interesting. Why does it not love me? I wonder if I killed that lead. These are quite delicate. Further disassembly required. That one. That one. One missing there. That's interesting. Let's throw that around. There'll be somebody who knows about these things now. And I thought I knew about these, but this is the first time I've ever had one that didn't power up. I'm hoping it's not this green. I will be very sad. But of course, I will be eating my words because I said that the company I bought this from had never sent me a duff one. Now, the reason I'm taking this off is because I've had this problem before. And it was caused by this link lead down here. I should say link ribbon, really, shouldn't I? Because it is technically a ribbon. So it's caused by this link ribbon down here. There we are, that one. Fandabby-dozy. And then, let's get my pliers in here. My pliers? These are not pliers. These are very sensitive precision instruments. That's what they are. Alright, okay. And then this here is your speaker, and that just sticks on there. There's a little spring-loaded contact down there. But we're not interested in that. What we're interested in is getting this off of here. Very carefully. There we go. And then up here. Again, very carefully. Let's check for any damaged pins. I don't see any. Time to get the big magnifying glass out. That's not any good, is it? Let's just see if I can see anything. Hello, pins. No, there's no damaged pins there. Well, there is something there, but is that supposed to be there? I'm going to assume it is. Yeah, okay. What does this look like? Oh, it's perfect. Annoying. Let's get the other one. Rummage, rummage, rummage. Rummage, rummage, rummage. 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 It's in here someplace. There it is. Ta-da! Just like that, he produces another one, because, told you, I fix these phones a lot. Yoink. Alright. Okay, carefully just pop that on there. Carefully. Just there it is. There we are. Okay. Let us try that again. Huh. Why does it not love me? Is it the volume up and thingy button? It's almost like it's not getting any power. Oh, that came off very easily. That came off very easily. That was a nice positive click that time. In my head, I just planned to turn this on and go, there you go, it works, and then crack on. This is the first time I've ever had one that didn't. Further assembly required. Is a further disassembly required, possibly? Alright, I really dislike taking those off. Okay. You're gonna have to plug in my crappy other screen to see if it's the phone or the screen. Is that damaged? Nope. Is that damaged? No, it is not. Let's try plugging it in again, because I faffed with this a little bit. I was a bit afraid of it for some reason. Alright, good solid thunk. Battery. I'm putting all my faith in this screen because I've had no problems with these screen guys before. TechSpears have always been very good. Like I said, this is like the 6th Honor screen I've bought from these fellas. I'm going to be pissed if it isn't, if the screen is not right. Especially, this is my only bloody phone right now. And so confident was I in my own ability, I've only got halfway through my backup before I decided to try this. Right. Let's try that. It's not looking good. I've killed it. Bloody killed it. But why? There's nothing I've done that's any different from any other time. What the hell is going on? Does a shield have to be on here? As far as I'm aware, it doesn't. This one doesn't have to be anywhere. Oh. Okay, so you've got to have the bottom shield in before it works. That's top shield in. Oh dear God, I am a bloody idiot. Right, well that'll be getting edited out of the video. I have a celebratory cigarette. It works. Fab. Okay, right. Jesus Christ, I'm having a heart attack. Oh my God. Oh my God. Damned fool. You damned fool. Alright. Do I put stuff back? Yeah, do you know what? The hell with it? I'm just going to start sticking things back together again. So this part here, you got to press down until it clicks, or until you break the camera, one or the other. There we are. Cool. Stupid boy. One screw. Let's see how fast I can get these back in again, shall we? Well, see, it just goes to show this ribbon's probably fine. Maybe, I don't know. I know that they only really last maybe 3 openings tops before they start to. They just don't like being disconnected. And if you've got a new one, then why the hell not put a new one in there? Let's put this one in here. This is probably a self-defense mechanism, actually, now I think about it, for the heat shield. Phones don't like operating without heat dissipation, so it may well be that it's looking for, it's bridging a connection between somewhere and somewhere else. And if it doesn't see that connection, it just goes, nope, I'm not going to have it. I've never actually, I always put this shield back in again. And it's not really a shield, is it? It's more of a frame. I always put this frame back in again when I test the screens. At least as a doist, I normally just stick it in, but I thought tonight I could get away with it. And so convinced was I that I didn't need to use this, that I obviously got carried away and just decided that I did. Oh well. You live and learn. This is the beauty of the internet. Learn from my mistakes. There we go. Now you see how the screws here match when I put it back in again? It just makes things so much easier. I have remembered, however, that there was one screw down here that was actually missing. So I need to bear that in mind when I start stuffing these small ones back in again. I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of this one down here is. Realistically, that could have just ended there, but... Oh, it's to hold the button. Never mind. I don't know what that was for. Am I blown away? I should go back and watch the video, and I guarantee you when I got the hairdryer out, I've blown a screw away. So that one, all in. That one and those ones are all in. And that one's in. That one's in. I don't know what that was for. Oh well, let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Oh. Now is where I learned that my screwdriver's magnetic. New set, didn't realise that. Slightly gutted. Here I've been faffing with these, and I could have been looking like a consummate professional all of this time. Sad days. You can't see. Sorry, my apologies. Alright. Is it big enough? No, it's not strong enough to hold the big screws. Sad times. Sad times. Boom, 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 boom. This little one goes in there. Oh, no it doesn't. That's the wrong one. Nearly. Nearly. Where did I put my tweezers? Right there. There we go. Yoink. And that one does in fact go in there. Yeah, I've had a hairdryer instant, haven't I? Wasn't paying attention. Too busy gassing on this video, that's what it is. Could have been paying attention. Wasn't paying attention. Alright, that one should go in there, and then I've got one other one, which is... Oh, okay. Well, I really want a screw in there, because this is part of the mechanism that holds and makes the speaker work, so I want that one in there. And realistically, do you know what, I do believe that was the one I left empty the last time, so nah, I've obviously lost a screw. It made no difference whatsoever to the phones, so I do believe actually that was the screw that was stuck up here and was causing all sorts of problems. Right, that's that done. I could even stick the back on right now. Give it one final test. Alright. Because I'm going to glue the front. So, and I should be able to use it pretty much straight away. So, let's just stick that in there, remembering that it needs to be bent over to the opposite side. There we go. And we get... These are fantastically forgiving little cables. There we go. Right, and then when that all folds up, it will fold up in the correct orientation. In fact, it will even align itself for you. And because I've got no doubt I'm going to be in this phone quite a bit, and I'm going to put it inside a case anyway, I'm just going to loosely stick that down. Oink, there we go. So the phone is completely rebuilt again. Let's turn MO4 on again and see if it starts. I heard a buzz, it's all good. This phone takes so long to boot. There we go. And we are in like Flynn. I have a working phone once again. It looks brand spanking new. I'm going to turn it off one last time. Power off. Touch the power off. It'll go zoop. Come on, go zoop. When you're ready, anytime you want. There we go. Alright, I'm going to use some of this. This stuff is made by the gods. Costs a fortune, but god damn does it work well. And it means that you can do what I'm doing now, which is essentially you can 3/4 build your phone, and then you can just stuff the glue in afterwards. Now, I am going again, well, I don't know. I was going to say I'm going to do a half-assed job, but I don't think I am going to do a half-assed job because, like I said to you at the beginning of this video, like a car windscreen, a great amount of the structural integrity of the phone actually comes from the screen being mounted correctly with the right glue. I used the wrong glue last time, so I'm going to use the right glue this time. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to get a great shot of all this because, well, you're not really. I should be able to actually maneuver that quite a bit. That ribbon cable is generally pretty forgiving. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this down the edge of the display. There we go. It's got a lovely little needle point in it. And we just run a bead. It's like miniature caulk. And we just run a bead of glue down the edge of the screen right here, around the corner, and along here. And then we try not to dip the screen into the glue, but nah. I'm going to do it along here as well, around this corner. I got something nasty on that, I don't know what it is. Get off of there. There you go. Ugh. Ah, it smells like old school glue. It's got that yoo-hoo smell about it. Anyone in the UK, or maybe even beyond, I don't know, will understand what I mean by yoo-hoo glue. You can still buy it. It's marvellous stuff. It's a proper contact adhesive that's it's pretty lethal with fumes, to be honest with you. It used to be a flavour of choice for people who were looking for a quick chemical fix with that, and what was the other one called? Evo Stick. Came in tins. I, of course, grew up in Scotland where there was an awful lot of that sort of thing. You would often find a plastic baggie on the way home that had glue in it for the old glue sniffers. This is one of the reasons why you can no longer buy chemicals if you're under 16 or under 18 or even under 21 in some places. Now, I'm not going to put any along where the camera is because I might just put the thinnest bead and that's it. Essentially because I don't want to bugger up the camera. Okay, so what we're going to do now is it's already getting sticky. So we're just going to drop that into where I think it should be. It will drop nicely into the bezel. I'll make sure I've got no glue on my hands. And then we're just going to pop it into place like that. And it will shrink down. And we'll get a little rag. And we'll just give that a wipe. And if you give it a good proper wipe, it will actually drop it into the bezel for you. There we are, like that. There we go, nice and nice. I need to remember not to use this now to clean screens because that'll be a disaster. There we go. Just like that. And now we pray to God that that's a mark and not there's glue and not a scratch. Yay! Thank God for that. I had a minor heart attack. I mean, just my luck to fit a brand new screen that I know now works, get it all glued into place, and then discover they've cracked it. That's just how my life works. If this doesn't come off, then isopropyl alcohol will remove it nicely. Or if you're a bit redneck, crap. If you're a bit of a redneck, then carb cleaner will do the same thing. Carb cleaner is wonderful stuff. It's just essentially ethanol. And one of its wonderful uses that I was taught to me by a mechanic is if you ever get gloss paint, any oil-based paint on your clothes, spray carb cleaner on it. Wait for it to dry, spray carb cleaner on it, and then rub it off. That's all you got to do. It'll just rub off. Marvellous. You think WD-40's got a lot of uses. Carb cleaner's got a million and one. It's also good for chewing gum. It turns chewing gum into a paste. So again, if your kid comes home from school and it's got chewing gum in his hair, its hair, their hair, them hair, just spray a bit of carb cleaner in it, or brake cleaner, and the chewing gum will, it sulfates, it changes its, what's the word I'm looking for? It changes, it's too late at night now. It changes its genetic structure, and it makes it rubberized. It's very interesting. It breaks down the rubber and turns it into a kind of a, it's hard to explain it. It's like blue tack, but softer, and it just falls away. Same thing happens with gloss paint. It just balls up and falls away. Marvelous. It works on any kind of it works on any kind of I forgot the word I'm looking for now. Oh. No, I can't remember. Don't know what I'm talking about. Chemical based. Any solvent based thing. That's what I was looking for. Solvent. Okay, well this is looking pretty damn lush now. It's new and it's shiny and it's actually glued already. Which reminds me, I better put the lid back on this stuff. There we go. So, there we go. T7000. Made in China. Zanlida. Super fast, soft, low odor. That's not true. No pungent odor. That's also not true. Product description, blah, 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 blah. Technical data, method of use. There we go. Wait for 1 to 2 minutes to attach the line with a little bonding. State function after 48 hours to achieve the best bonding strength. But it's not... I don't know. Don't have a clue. Yeah, I was hoping that it said something along the lines of using a well-ventilated space. Oh, it does. It does. Please use a well-ventilated environment. No pungent odor, low odor. There we go. And so that's that. That is my Honor nicely fixed. It's going to look spiffing again. Lovely jubbly. Alright, I'm a happy chappy. I've got my phone back. I bid you all good night. Good night.